Hello everybody and welcome back to Automation, the card company tycoon game. And later on in the video, of course, beamng.drive. And today what we're going to be building is something kind of cool. So this is going to be an SUV with the body you see here. However, it's going to be a sports car. It's going to have a massive amount of horsepower. And it's going to be real low to the ground, all that good stuff. And it's actually also going to be an EV, which is going to be really cool. So we'll have to see how that goes. And now recently I did make something kind of similar to this. I made a coupe SUV. It's a little different than what we're doing today, but I will link that video in the description for you guys. Anyways, basically we're gonna go with aluminum off the bat here because this body is huge, and otherwise it's just gonna end up weighing way too much. So we're gonna go monocoque, and we are gonna go glued aluminum as well, just so we can save some weight. Monocoque, obviously, right? So front longitudinal because we can't really put it in the rear, and I want all-wheel drive on this thing, just so you know, front longitudinal superior in this case. We're going to go for a double wishbone and multi-link as the suspensions. So as for the engine, I'm going to skip over the whole building part because this is going to be an EV and it doesn't really matter what the engine is, but I will go over it real fast. We got 2,500 pound-feet of torque and 2,081 horsepower. Now you might think that this is way too much, but it's actually not. With EV conversions to beamng drive, the power it just loses significantly. Yeah, so for reference, if I make a 400 horsepower EV, the 0 to 60 is going to be like 50 seconds. Yeah, so this is not too much, and you'll notice that once we enter beamng drive. Of course, it is still a lot. I made a whole video explaining all that in depth, and also how to actually make EVs, like actual ones, and export them into beamng. So I'll link that in the description too, I suppose. If you want to learn how to do that, go ahead and experiment with that. Anyways, basically, yeah, we can check it out here. It doesn't matter because everything's going to get converted anyways. The only thing that matters is the weight, because this weight will be in the vehicle, the horsepower, peak horsepower and peak torque are going to get converted, but as I said, it's going to feel like a lot less than that. Anyways, we can just move on to the drivetrain because that's basically the next thing we need to do. We're going to go for all-wheel drive. I'm actually going to go dual clutch, although actually it doesn't matter. So we might just go for an automatic 8-speed. Actually, automatic manual. I am gonna go automatic. Don't need a whole heavy transmission or something. The estimated top speed is 425 because it's an EV. I'm gonna gear it for maybe 345, something like that. Spacing doesn't matter at all. The top speed gearing does. And because it will feel like it generates a lot less power as an EV, the top speed is also going to be lower, and if you gear it for really high, it's all going to go wrong, really. Once again, I did make a whole video on that, but oh well. Electric LSD, because we might as well, right? This is going to be expensive anyways. Power distribution, I am going to put that 60-40. Like to have a little bit more rear bias. So you're going to go 2 quality there. Did I put quality here too? I want to actually go 3 there, I think. That'd be cool. Maybe in the body too, we could put like 10 quality in this. Like, it can't be that expensive, right? No. Okay, so as for the tires, I'm gonna go for radial sports compound. And let's just pull out these fenders a little bit. There we go. Now we can get the big tires we want. What are we gonna go? Like maybe 360s front and rear? Yeah. If you drive this on the road, you're gonna scare everybody. That's exactly how we want it. Okay. And maybe a bit bigger, 910s. And then definitely bigger rims. We can go like, yeah, I like that. Okay. I'm gonna go for mag rims. Hell yeah, we're cool. We're swag. It's gonna be main selling point in the vehicle. So I already know the brakes are gonna be an issue, so we're just gonna literally go like that. Front force up 150 and rear force down to like 30. Okay, no, maybe not 30. Probably 40, and we'll see what that is once we get back to it. Pad type 100 to race and quality plus 10. As you probably noticed, I did some testing. brakes are going to be dramatic because this thing's going to still weigh a lot even though it is fully aluminum. It's just huge. So we're going to go for an... Actually, we're going to go for a fully clad under tray. No cooling flaps. I'm going to give it an invisible wing, I think, so I can give it active aero because I do like that. Reliability doesn't really matter in beamng.drive, so we're going to lower down the cooling airflow a little bit so it won't be a warning here, but just so we decrease our drag. And let's decrease our drag by putting this up to 10 as well. In my experience, you're probably safe putting things up to 10, and past 10 it can just get really expensive really fast. So we're going to give it a full bench in the rear, and then 2 seats in the middle, 2 seats in the front. The reason for the full bench in the rear is the weight distribution, because like the engine is going to be huge. So the weight distribution is going to be so dead. Premium and luxury HUD, as we want that full panoramic TV screen, like through the entire front of the car. TV screens in the rear for all the passengers, everything, you know, augmented reality thing here, I don't know, all that cool stuff, right? And we'll go +5 here, not necessarily because we want better interior, but just so for the weight savings mostly. I think that's main motive for probably doing that. Electric variable, I'll give it launch control because that's cool. And then we'll go, yeah, +5 seems good. Standard 20 safety because we don't want to make it too heavy, of course. And then we're actually going to give it air springs, which is something I wouldn't necessarily consider for a sports thing, but I mean I could. We'll keep it at air. It's fun. We're gonna go for like a sport tune and lower it down as far as it can. Maybe that's a little bit low. There we go. I like that. Okay, gonna stance the wheels slightly, I think. That would be really cool. Oh my god. Just put too little quality into that. That can't hurt, can it? I'm gonna stance them a little bit. And so basically, let's check out this thing. So it costs us 123 grand, which is something I'm pretty happy with, to be honest. I like that as a cost for this thing. I was expecting it to be a bit more expensive, honestly. Let's check a few more of the stats, actually. So, oh my god, the fuel economy is terrible. Don't look at that. Okay. For the rest, though, we are pretty good. How much do we weigh? We weigh 2,700 kilograms. That is more than 5,000 pounds. It's definitely more. I think it's like 6,000 pounds. Quite a lot, but you know, we got quite a lot of power too, I suppose. So that should be fine. Anyways, now really all that's left is for us to design this. I really hope you guys enjoyed that time lapse. Anyways, here it is, the Conquest EV2LX. Looking pretty cool, if I say so myself. It's black, but not completely. It's not like the blackest game. It's not the blackest black the game had. So it's not pitch black, so it won't look really weird when imported into Beam. Anyways, because it's an EV, we of course got kind of just like a filled out grille with some white accents, got some white stripes across here that don't continue on to the back. Got these cool headlights, and these here are actually some secondary headlights. We got this front grille here for the aero and for the battery cooling, which is of course yes, and this is for the brakes cooling, of course, right? We need to cool the massive 420mm carbon ceramic brakes. So that's pretty cool. I forgot to mirror that. Now that vent's on the other side as well. Got them whited out rims. Looks really cool if I say so myself. Door handles, and we have these suicide doors here. YouTube, don't get mad at me for saying that. It's literally what they're called. Cool. Then we got, bit of a thing back here. I don't know what the grill's for. Looks kind of nice. Got this light bar up here, of course. Pretty cool. And a mini spoiler, which you don't see unless you actively try searching for it. Anyways, let's quickly take a look at the lights. So we got these headlights here, which, yeah, I kind of stole those from the Hyundai Ioniq, but they look really cool. And then we just got these signals as well, just in a kind of Angry Bird shape, I guess. Pointy, cool, right? And you can see down there that that also works as a headlight. Although, yeah, that's okay. Then we also got the blinkers in the back here, looking pretty swag. Not sure what's up with that. I forgot to fill a bit there. I'm gonna really have trouble selecting that, aren't I? Where is it? There it is. And just like that. Oh, that's still not more. That's still not enough. There we go. That's good. And then right here we kind of got the same brake light design as in the front. We got the box shape, except that it's only one instead of two of them. And then we got the reverse lights as well, which are square to fit inside there. Beautiful. And then we got tail lights. So these are just regular tail lights, daytime running lights in the rear, that stuff. And then we got the brake lights, which I already showed, right? So pretty cool. I really like it, and if you do, then let me know down in the comments. Also, let me know if there's any things I could improve on, because obviously always like to hear about that. Some constructive criticism is always nice. Anyways, let's import this into beamng.
Hello everybody and welcome to beamng.drive. Here we are, and when I start this up, you'll see what I meant earlier by not too much horsepower. So here we go, and as you can see, it's probably not as fast as you expected with the 2000 horsepower. That's mainly because it doesn't necessarily feel very fast. It is faster though than you might expect it to be, or than it looks, because obviously because it's an EV, we do not at all need a shift. So yeah, it's kind of fast. And the fun things about these are as well is of course the fact that, you know, no matter if you're like at 100 or at 0, the speed at which you accelerate is pretty constant. As you can see, we are absolutely gunning it right now on this highway here. And as you can see, it is definitely pretty fast. Imagine the FBI coming after you in one of these, which is something I could definitely see happening. Cool. Minor crash right there. Anyways, you can actually download this car through my Discord server. The link to my Discord is in the description, and you'll find the download there for this car, as well as basically any other car I've ever made on this channel, which is pretty cool, isn't it? Anyways, It understeers slightly, which is fine, of course. I mean, what you expect for this weight of the vehicle, but it can actually for the rest of the handling is really nice because the tires are so wide. It doesn't really lose control easily. So, starting off here with the quarter mile, what do you guys think? I think we should be able to get a pretty good time, maybe a sub 10. As I said, in the beginnings it feels slow, and actually I can already tell we're not really going to get a sub 10 in this thing, but you know, it is pretty fast. Initial acceleration is just slow, not a sub 10. Sub 10s are that's way too quick anyways. That's a 13.345, and you know, honestly that's something I'm pretty happy with. We can try it again once more, but like honestly that's pretty good. It's just that the actual initial takeoff speed is kind of underwhelming, but you know, it still drives pretty well. And kind of going in a crooked line right now, so yeah, kind of a bit of a worse time, but you know, that's fine. At least the brakes work well, as you can see, although they're actually not even that good. We now have the performance timers right up there in the top left, so we're going to test our 0 to 60 right here. There we are. What do you guys think is going to be? Guess down below, maybe, maybe not. It's 6 seconds, exactly. That's pretty cool. Kind of like that. Let's test it again, although I highly doubt we'll get anything better. But here we are. Let's try that once more. There we are. Take off. I'm not sure why the camera is shifting like that. We should be fine though. Just gonna... Oh, and that was sub 6 seconds. We have a sub 6 seconds 0 to 60. That's what I wanted to be able to say. So here we are on the automation test track. And although I must say it has been kind of underwhelming, maybe. Actually, no, of course it hasn't. All my cars are good. They're all perfect. None of them are underwhelming. I reckon it's probably going to get a better time on here than you think. Just because it just doesn't feel fast. And also remember, it's literally an SUV. This is like the least aerodynamic body ever. And you know, it's still pretty fast. And heavy. Attempt number 2. Here we go. Now this is I guess justification for the fact that I put like 100% race brakes on this thing, carbon ceramics, 6 pistons, and plus quite a lot of quality as well. Some of you guys probably thought it was crazy for doing that, but you know, yeah, now you can look at the brakes and see that, oh wow, it did make sense. It's Me 64 is actually smart. Yes, I am. Okay, that braking was on point like that. There we go. And now this thing actually still has a surprising amount of ground clearance too, for the fact that it is pretty low to the ground. How? Here goes attempt number 3 on the automation test track, and it'd be cool if we do better than the last 2 times. Anyways, the first attempt, in which I failed to even brake properly, proves how bad the brakes really are on this thing, and also proves that I wasn't crazy for putting 6 piston carbon ceramics max size on here. Some of you guys probably thought I was, but you know, as you can see, the brakes are still terrible. And I didn't even brake on time there. Anyways, we're going to ignore that and continue over to here, where I hope that we won't flip over again. So let's just kind of take it kind of slowly. There we are. So anyways, it would be this car also, I was going to say, it's a lot higher off the ground than you might think it is. It's like really high. It's well, for this fact that it's like a sports car kind of SUV, it's really high off the ground, and ooh, we want to brake on time here. This turn is really mean. This is my least favorite turn. I hate it. Like the suspension travel is also pretty far still too. That was really early for braking. really, really early for braking. But the brakes on this thing are just not good. So yeah, download it through my Discord to find out how bad the brakes are, because you will see for yourself. Anyways, there we are. It's not going to be a sub 2 minutes. A sub 2 minutes is insanely fast too. I reckon we could still get a pretty good time with this thing, however. Approaching the second to last turn here, which I always take way too slowly. I can always take this turn quite a bit faster. And now I apparently took it too fast. Actually, I did not take it too fast. I just took it terribly. Yes. So that was the last turn, and we at the end right here to 12.260. That's a pretty good time, to be honest. Like, yeah, actually pretty good. So this map recently got revamped / refreshed, and that's why all my previous times were gone. So, we only got a few times on here, but let's see what we lost to. We lost to the Veloce NXT5AE. I honestly don't even... Oh, that was like an Ariel Atom competitor. Yeah. That thing was crazy fast. That had like 800 horsepower, and it weighed less than 1,000 kilograms. So that thing was crazy. And we beat the Guinea Swerp 3 Series, which is a competitor to the Toyota Prius I built. So I'm definitely happy we did beat that. Anyways, basically that was that for today, I suppose. Thank you guys ever so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye bye.